Hello, welcome back to Bradow's Blockbusters. I'm Michael Bradow,
I'm Jeremy Alves.
and this is our monthly recap for the month of October 2020. Keeping in line with spooky season, we watched 5 horror movies this month. In order, we watched Human Centipede, Cabin in the Woods, Nightmare on Elm Street, Pet Sematary, and Halloween. So if you're unaware, what we do is the end of every month, we sit down and we look back on the movies we watched during the month and rate them on a scale of 1 to 5.
Yeah.
Talking about why each one is our favorite or why we don't like them as much as the others.
Yeah.
So, without any further ado, I say we get started with number 5.
Number 5, dude.
Yeah. What's your number 5 movie?
My number 5 is The Human Centipede. Sequence.
Understandable. Personally, mine is also Human Centipede.
Yeah. Of course. Yes.
So,
first of all, what is your overall grade for that again? If you do remember,
I don't remember.
Mine was bad. D. It was a D. Just because that's why I write it down. That's why I always write it down.
I'm not the same level of organized as you are.
Well, anyways, so I did think it was bad because my expectations were high and they were not good.
I thoroughly like all 5 of the movies we watched.
Okay,
that's personal.
The other 4 I like and I enjoy. This one I tried to enjoy.
No, I get it,
and I wasn't.
It's not for everyone. I'm not saying it is.
Yeah, and but the problem was I wanted more out of it.
Right.
And it wasn't that scary as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
So, what's it called? Yeah, personally, I like all 5 of the movies we watched. But this one just is the lowest on the rank.
Yeah.
For me. It's not one that I can get much rewatch value out of, other than maybe watching it like once a year, maybe, if that. So
I don't think I'll be watching it anytime soon.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna watch it again anytime soon. But it's not something I would turn off just to turn it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If
it's on, I'll watch it.
If it's on, I'll say no. Next.
That's just you.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know. I guess that's number 5.
Bad.
So what are you thinking for number 4?
Do
you want me to go first, or?
Are you insisting to go first?
No, I don't care. I just.
Okay. I think this is gonna surprise you, but my number 4 is Pet Sematary.
Ooh.
Yeah. My
number 4, and you might get upset at me for this.
Ooh, I think I know.
My number 4 is Halloween.
I
really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I like Cabin, Pet, and Nightmare just a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Not in any particular order, but I like those. I'm more familiar with Pet Sematary. I've watched that a lot of times over. Cabin in the Woods is just always a fucking great watch.
Yeah.
And Nightmare on Elm Street really pulled me in. And this one I thoroughly enjoyed. I can understand why it's one of the staples of horror movies, at least in recent decades. But it's just, I don't know. I'd watch it more than once. I'd watch it again.
Yeah.
Try
watching on Halloween. It's a cool experience.
I think just overall, compared to the other movies of the month, that one is just a little bit lower for me.
Yeah.
So it's nothing against the movie, but it's just
personal.
My personal.
So you're doing personally.
You know that.
Yeah, I know.
I have a hard time separating my personal list from my critical list.
I'm gonna say right now, critically and personally matched today. They matched today.
Okay.
So we'll get that out of the way.
They have been the past couple.
Yeah, actually, last month same thing. They matched. Mike Myers month they matched. So I guess really last time they didn't match was like our 3rd month, which was random month.
Yeah.
Which was July? It was July. July was my last time they didn't match, but here they matched. So my number 4 is Pet Sematary.
All right.
Now, I do think it's a good movie. But again, when I think of favorite horror movies, Pet Sematary does not come into my mind, or even Stephen King's best adapted movies. Pet Sematary does not come into my mind, but I do. Again, as a horror movie, I still think it's good. It is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'll say right now and again, it's not a zombie movie.
Nope.
No, it's not. But if we're going like Stephen King, I don't think it's one of his best.
I think the novel is real good, but I don't think the adaptation is one of the best.
Yeah, I do think it's good. It has good things in it, but it's not really. It didn't do that much for me.
Right. I get it.
I still liked it, but again, not one of my favorites, but still a good watch. Good movie.
Something you can throw on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't throw on the second one though.
Yeah. Disregard the second one's existence.
Yeah.
Watch either the 89 version like we did, or the reboot. Or not reboot, the remake.
Miko Hughes is cute as hell in this movie.
Miko Hughes and Fred Gwynn are the driving forces.
Yeah, that's really what gives Pet Sematary good for me.
Yeah.
Just them two.
So number 3.
Number 3, okay. You want to go first? Or?
I'll go first for this one. My number 3 is your number 4.
Pet Sematary?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I know you love Pet Sematary.
I love Pet Sematary as a concept.
Now I'm here. I'm interested now.
I love it as both a concept and just like the story. I've read the novel. I've seen the original movie. I've seen the remake. I haven't seen the sequel because it's not actually Stephen King.
Hey.
It's not Stephen King canon.
Hey. You know? Skip it.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to watch it.
Good.
But I'm just saying, like, I really like the concept of Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
And I don't, as pessimistic as I usually am, I don't like thinking about, what'll happen when my dog gets to be too old.
I'm not. I'm not
that kind of thing.
I'm not too soft about animals dying.
I'm extremely soft about animals, but I don't know.
If it's filmed well and if it gets emotional, probably. But if it's hard, it's not going to do it for me. It's like, oh, he got killed. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't mean I'm a heartless bastard.
No.
It's not, it played it out like, oh, the animal's gonna get killed. When in another movie where it drives the emotional force, that's gonna work. In horror, just be like, oh, she's gonna fucking die. Well, even though I don't want that to happen, it's a dog. You either kill the teenagers or the adults.
Yeah. When it's a movie like Marley and Me, and the main focus is the dog, that's
exactly that's
a different story.
Emotional force is in that. It hurts.
I don't know. I've always really liked Pet Sematary, but rewatching it, comparing it to both Cabin in the Woods and Nightmare on Elm Street, which are the last two movies
for you,
obviously, that I haven't mentioned yet. It's still up there. It's still something that I'll throw on whenever.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy it, but I feel like the other two movies just hold a candle a little higher than this one.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I think that's enough rambling for me on.
My number 3 is Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, okay.
So, I like the again, Cabin in the Woods is like half like, it's just like it's kids going into the woods, cabin in the woods. Oh my god, typical. But then it has that twist at the end, like, oh my god. Well, not twist. Like you could tell by the scientist or the.
It's an interesting concept.
Bottom. Yeah, it's an interesting concept that you do not see coming.
It's very meta.
Exactly. Yeah. So I do like that about that movie. I didn't give it a grade. I just gave it a good. A B. I gave it a good because I think I didn't give it a grade because the acting was just typical. Well, not instead of the guy who played Marty. Besides him, everyone else just acted like a regular horror movie. Right. And again, it's kids going to Cabin in the Woods. Very, very stereotypical horror plot. But then again, it plays with you, and it's like, oh, you think it's just like a kid's getting like haunted in a cabin in the woods? Oh no.
Right.
go underground, and then that's when it becomes interesting and different, and that's what stands out in Cabin in the Woods. You don't see it coming.
Right. Yeah. So what's it called? I think we move on to number 2 then, right?
Yeah.
So number 2, what's yours?
I think you kind of know what number 2 is going to be if I rambled on about the last movie we just did. So number 2 is The Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's also my number 2.
Ah, okay, all right.
I thoroughly enjoyed that film.
I do not blame you at all. Obviously,
I love Freddy Krueger.
He's one of the most iconic faces in horror, and Robert Englund's also one of the
top 3. You know, they're
slasher wise.
Well, I mean the big 3. That's
slasher. That's Jason, Freddy, Michael.
I consider them to be the big 3 of modern horror.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I've never seen it before 2 weeks ago, right at the time of recording, but I fell in love with the movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I gave it a great A.
It's definitely something I'll throw. I feel like I can throw that on.
You know what's honestly weird though?
What?
That okay? Obviously, I think by the list, obviously, you know what number 1 is.
Yeah. It's
weird because because slasher is the most disrespected genre. I think
because it's a boring genre.
It is, but my 2 favorite this month are both slashers. But the reason is because they both stand out. They're not just the regular slashers that copy. They're the one that started it all, and then the one that did something different with it.
The one that started it all, and then the one that has an interesting concept.
Exactly, and that's Nightmare on Elm Street. It did something different. It's not a man that's just gonna, go up to you and kill you. You're gonna go to sleep. Then he's gonna kill you, and not only
but he's gonna torture you first.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna emotionally torture you first,
and you can't get any sleep. He's gonna fuck you up, and not only does he not just kill with a random knife, he kills with a glove that has knives in it.
The finger glove.
The glove.
Or the finger knives.
Again, this movie also it was another horror movie I saw when I was a kid, and it's another movie that got me into horror.
Right. Yeah.
This Nightmare, Halloween, Child's Play, Friday 13th, surprisingly Leprechaun. Those are the main slashers that got me into horror. I love horror. Nightmare is definitely one of them.
Funny story. It doesn't have anything to do with these movies.
Yeah,
but when I was a little kid, I was trying to do a drawing of some sort with all the holiday mascots.
Okay.
Right. So I was typing in Cupid, Santa, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And I typed in Leprechaun.
Okay.
I didn't know there was a horror movie called Leprechaun.
Yeah.
I was scared shitless.
Oh really?
Yeah,
you're scared of. You were scared of the Leprechaun
when I was a little kid. Yeah, because it was like the sequel versions where he gets a little more grotesque looking.
Yeah, but also he gets actually in all of them he's very comedic and humorous. That's why I kind of was never afraid of him. He never did anything.
I had never seen the movie. He just popped up on my screen when I typed in Leprechaun. I was expecting to see Lucky from Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
And then fucking this fucker showed up, and I pissed myself. I didn't piss myself, but metaphorically, I was like, "What the fuck?" And I instantly closed the tab, and I was like, "I'm not doing this." So, I gave up on that endeavor.
Warwick Davis made you give up.
Yep.
Nice. I want to give him a hug right now.
Enough about my rambling on.
So number 2. Number 2 for us is Nightmare.
Yep, and I think number 1. I say we say them at the same time.
Okay, yes.
Even though they're not going to be the same.
They're not, but okay.
3, 2, 1.
Halloween.
I'll let you explain first.
I basically said what I had to say about Halloween in the review.
Well, yeah. But for someone who hasn't seen the review, because it's not coming up, it's not coming up for another couple of days.
But Halloween, it's just a great horror movie. It's a great slasher. It's a very impactful film that started a whole subgenre in horror.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even though we already had slasher before then, Black Christmas, Texas Chainsaw Psycho. Halloween, again, impacted it and made all the cliches, all the tropes, everything
mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, that was one of the horror movies that I saw as a kid, and it got me into horror,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved it. I loved it so goddamn much that it's probably one of my favorite films of all time. It's up there. It's like really up there.
Right. Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. I really can't. I can't go on. I just can't describe it. I really just love this movie.
My personal agenda with Cabin being my top pick is just the fact of the matter of how much it distorts your expectations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I love the meta concept. I like things that are self-referential, right?
Yeah.
I like things that know exactly what they are and pinpoint that.
Uh-huh.
So something like Cabin in the Woods is my cup of tea when it comes to when it comes to that. It's a fun movie to watch. That's really my entire justification.
You just you love it. You loved it.
I just like it too much to not put it, up there for me.
Yeah.
I think overall, I don't know if I just had to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just. It's hard to explain because I'm just trying.
You just love it.
Yeah.
That's really it. You just loved it when you saw it, and you still love it when you rewatch it.
Exactly.
I get that.
So.
And then I don't want to go back to me or anything, but like Halloween also, it kind of makes you think,
Yeah.
It makes you think, what the fuck can also happen on Halloween?
Right.
Because again, you're in costumes. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen on Halloween. Anything could happen.
Exactly.
If you've seen I don't know if you have. I don't think you did. Halloween 3 tried to be different.
Like I said, I've never seen any of the
Do you
Halloween
know
films.
why many people dislike Halloween 3? Do you know why?
No.
Because Michael Myers is not in it.
Oh, okay.
He is not. Michael Myers' story was supposed to end in Halloween 2. Halloween 3 then was supposed to be an anthology, like Twilight Zone, like new movie with each different story, but it revolves about the holiday of Halloween.
Right, so trick or treat.
Exactly. And then Halloween 3, people were like, where's Michael Myers? This isn't Halloween, blah, blah, blah. And then Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers. So, again, it also scares you at the time when on Halloween, anything could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Probably around Christmas time, too. They've done Christmas horror movies.
There are.
So Santa Killers, right?
Yeah.
Like
Black Christmas.
And doesn't that,
Santa Claus.
Exactly. And doesn't that make you think?
Yeah.
So Halloween can also, make you think. And I don't think I thought of it as a kid. I'm thinking of it now. It's like, because he's kind of right. John Carpenter has a point.
Yeah. So.
I don't know if that's what his intentions was, but yeah, it's a movie that kind of does make you think.
Right.
Yeah, Halloween's just an impact.
I think
I've described it enough.
I think that all of the movies we chose this month are decent movies that have affected the genre somehow.
I guess Human Centipede gets that too.
Well, I mean, because
sort of.
It's very well known. It's very well known, so it has had its influence.
Yeah.
On pop culture, especially.
Mm-hmm.
So I count it at least with that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can.
So, but then when it comes to like Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween or Cabin in the Woods, those are just like you can't tell me that they aren't iconic films. You know, and even Pet Sematary, just being a Stephen King novel and the idea from the source material of what happens when you can't control what happens.
Yeah.
And that's a powerful message overall. So I don't know. That's just my feelings on it. But overall, I think that's all I have to say for this recap.
Yeah, me too.
So.
Me too.
Yeah. All right. So I guess that's about it from us.
Yeah.
So, thank you for listening. Sorry. And thank you for sticking around with us. I know this video is coming up on Halloween. We're recording it 2 days ahead, but it'll be up on Halloween. And then within the next week from when this goes up, on Monday, you can expect our Halloween review, and then Friday, our commentary track. So, hope you enjoy those when they come out. But other than that, I really think that's it.
Yeah,
so,
that's it.
Yeah. This has been Bradow's Blockbusters. I'm Michael Bradow.
I'm Jeremy Alves.
And just stay safe out there.
Happy Halloween. Peace.